Hey guys, good morning. It's really early, 6:45 in the morning, and I'm taking you on a road trip. So today that burger went on sale at Meijer. So I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, it works. I'm gonna pick it up at two different stores under my account and Tom's account, and hopefully I come home with 36 pounds of hamburger at $2.49 a pound. So cross your fingers that everything works, because sometimes you get up there and they're out, and that's why I do the bring it to your car order, so that you don't have to go in there just to find out that they don't have it. But I'm driving first to Greenville, which is about an hour and 10 minutes away, and then so I'm gonna pick up 18 pounds there, and then I'm gonna come back and hit Ionia. I'm supposed to pick up in Greenville from 8 to 9 and 9 to 10 at Ionia, and hopefully pick up the other 18 pounds there. Then on the way home, I'm going to stop to Sam's. Well, I gotta get gas after I do that, and then pick up some potatoes and cauliflower. I really liked doing that Tiffany plate yesterday, so I might add a few little things to it, because actually it was pretty good. And it's not just necessarily, like I say, for weight loss, which if I do, that's great too, but it is to eat more, something that maybe can help with swelling and stuff like that when you get older. That's great. So that's what I kind of want to do. I'm hoping that Crystal will be awake by the time I get home, because otherwise I have to wait for Tom to get home to get all that hamburger in. But I didn't want to spend money, like hardly anything this month, for groceries, but like I have a Kroger order coming today. They have chips, buy two get three free. Sorry guys. After that storm, all that stuff got kicked up in the air, and everybody, my grandkids and me, and we're all coughing and sneezing again. But anyways, things like that just, it's not necessities, but it's nice to be able to have, because you usually won't buy them because they're too expensive. But when you get two and then you get three free, makes it a little bit more enjoyable, you know what I mean? And yeah, so I have an order being delivered for that. I have a $15 credit, so it wasn't much to have that. But when you have a chance, to grab stuff like this hamburger, even if I had to do the Lansing one, it will be $3.99 a pound. And right now, $3.99 a pound is even cheap. So, when you can grab it like that, grab it. And then I will take it home and I'll put it into what I think. I don't measure them out. They come in 3-pound packages, so I imagine, if you do get 3 bags out of it, it's 3 pounds, right? 1 pound a piece. And then we'll stack it in the freezer, and if they have the sale again on the 4th of July, maybe we'll get some more. I don't know. But when even the cheap hamburger right now is going for, $5.99, $6.99 a pound, if not more, Tom and I figured out, even though it'll probably cost me $20 in gas to do this, we're going to save well over $100. So is it worth the drive? Yes, it is. And I didn't have the kids this morning, so I got to lay back down after 1:45 in the morning, so it makes it worth it. So come along with me. I'm going to take you to Greenville and to Ionia, and then we're going to go back to Sam's, and then we're going to go home and see how we get all this stuff in the house. Well, I just got out of Ionia on my way to Greenville. I might be a little bit early, actually, but that's all right. I can sit there for a few minutes. But I was thinking about something that I said earlier, and I don't want to offend anybody or anything like that. I do save up money for prepping and stuff like that. And if you find a sale like that and all you can afford is £3 or £6 or whatever it happens to be, you do you. You know, don't ever go into debt to stock up on anything. You know what I mean? And I didn't want you guys to think I'm being a snob because I'm going to go buy 36 pounds of hamburger. But I arranged it in the budget so that we could do that. But if you don't have it in your budget to do it, you do what you can do. You know what I mean? Don't go out and get in debt to do anything. Including, you know, I mean, if you need a car, you got to get a car. But you know what I mean? Try not to use credit cards, everything to stay debt-free. And I know a friend of mine, I was talking to her on the phone last night. She works with me at my job, and well, we don't work together, but we work for the same company, and we worked for the company before that together. And you know, she says, well, why don't you just refinance the house and you can pay this, this, and this off? And let me tell you, I'm about to be 60 in November, and Tom is soon, you know, a little over a year going to be 70. The last thing I want is debt. I want to be out of debt and not go into it again. Like, I got behind a Yukon, and that's actually what I wish this car would grow into. But when Tom retires completely, we're going to sell my car and his car. I'm not sure how much they'll be worth because my car already has almost 106,000 miles on it. But we want to sell both cars. And we want to buy either a Suburban or, you know, a Yukon or something like that. Not a new one. I don't want anything above 26 because they've got that monitoring thing that they watch your eyes and everything else. No, I don't want that. But we want one that we can, you know, maybe only finance a small amount, or hopefully by then maybe save up enough to pay cash for it. Because I know it takes more gas, but our thought is it's big enough that if we bought a camper, we can, you know, haul it. But also when we're traveling, we can get one of those blow-up mattresses and put it in the back so that we can cook alongside the road or whatever at rest areas and just sleep in the truck. So that is our thought about that. And actually I told my son in Tennessee about it, and he's like, you know what? That's really a good idea, because he goes, then you're not being, you know, settled down to have to camp in a campground, and you guys can travel wherever you want to. And I think it's a great idea. And then we're down to one insurance, because the insurance slams us terrible. It's terrible. I think we pay a little bit over $3,000 every 6 months. Michigan is actually one of the top of our car insurance rates. They are atrocious. So, you know, you save where you can and clip where you can and do whatever. But things are always tight for us. It is. And I'm sure we're not the only ones. But, you know, do what you can do to protect you and your family against job loss. Or, you know, like we had that storm go through the other day. It could have turned out to be a whole lot worse because we had the winds and stuff for it. I know that some people went without power. I see a couple of trees down by us. You know, it could have turned worse. And, you know, the last thing you've got is money to buy groceries or whatever. You know what I mean? And I keep telling Tom what I think is great is that because I do can meals in a jar and stuff, we can still take you guys along with us when we go camping. Or I'm not a camping girl, but you know what I mean. And we can take our pan and water and take our, you know, ready-made canned food that I have and make it so much easier to travel with. You know what I mean? And yeah, make things cheaper so that we can maybe enjoy life. Him and I got in a little bit of a, not a tiff, but I'm like, he thinks it's double pay, and then we got to talking about it, and it's not for this weekend to work entire holiday weekend. The only double pay day there'll be is Monday, because he gets paid for Monday and he'll be working it. So, you know, the rest of it's just time and a half. And I know we need the money, but it's like, at what point is living life worth more than money? We're getting older. He's getting older. You know what I mean? And there's got to be more to life than just cooking, cleaning, taking care of your family, working, and working. And even if it's just a day to get away and go for a drive, I mean, there just has to be more to life than that. At least I hope so. So anyways, I haven't been up here in a little bit. One of my customers actually over here in Greenville, he just retired, and he had an opportunity to sell his property, and like, she was talking to me about it, and I said, you know what, you're both on Social Security now, go for it. You know what I mean? Start life. And I don't think they're selling the whole property because it's got their house on it, but I wished I could have gotten AJ up here and Emmy, because they crushed all their cars, all of them that they had. And because metal is high as it's been for years and years. So hopefully they can enjoy retirement now. At least I hope so. So, I know I'm just gabbing. But anyways, I'll be back. So the highway, you still can't get on 96 from Ionia. You can get off, but you can't get on. So we're taking a detour the back way, I guess. Anyways, I got all the hamburger. I had to go in and get Tom's order because they charged me, but they didn't put it through. So I'm going to have to, I don't know, do whatever when I get home to get that charge off of there. And I just went in and bought 3 packages and got some radishes too. So, but anyway, so yeah, I got to take the back ways here. So I'm headed to Sam's next to get gas and to pick up the order of potatoes. We're almost out of potatoes, and I figured I'd get some of Tom's favorite, which is red potatoes. He loves those. He loves the yellow too, but he prefers red. But we both love the yellow, so that's usually what we get. But anyways, so it's 9:32 now. My order can be picked up between 10 and 11. So I should be there just a few minutes after 10. We should be all right. So this is a road I don't take, so I thought maybe you guys would like to see it. Country. You know, the one thing I noticed, this is not my favorite area. I mean, it's okay. But Ionia has like 6 prisons there. But anyway, I'm not the biggest fan. I like to be, this is more west of where I'm from. But there's one thing.
Right onto South Sunfield Road.
There's one thing I noticed, you guys. Not one solar field and not one windmill. So maybe I need to rethink. If we do happen to get a place or put a camper or something, maybe I need to rethink that a little bit. Because they don't have any of that over here. So, I think that would be a good thing.
Turn right onto South Sunfield Road.
I don't know why they do this, and it probably takes us down something else. Oh, look at that. It's an old school building. Alrighty, so Sam's we come. Well, there's 36 pounds of burger, and my beautiful neighbor Crystal brought all that in for me. So I will see you guys back at supper. You guys have a blessed day.